6 years. That's how long I've had a YouTube channel now. And overall, I would say it's been positive. Why? Well, I was fortunate enough through effort and support that I got monetized. Effort is you need to make videos. Support is people need to connect with you in a certain way and watch your channel. And you add those two things together, you have the opportunity to be monetized. Meaning you can create content and receive some level of royalty for it. And that's a dream for many people. Different people are on social media for different things. Some people are just consumers of content. Some people are just creators of content. And some people do both, like me. I watch other content creators and I create some content. I used to watch Seinfeld, which is a TV series. Same thing as YouTube, basically. It's entertainment. And I enjoyed it. I got something out of it and I just consumed it. And Seinfeld got financially rewarded from the ads ran on his content. And so, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let people make you feel guilty, okay, for doing a service, whether it's entertainment, whether it's information, whether it's motivation, right? You have a right, okay? You have a right to do you, okay, as long as you're not intentionally hurting or manipulating others. So I want to shout out all the people that supported me. I just met a viewer the other day at a gas station here in South Florida, Bob and Don McConnell, and I know he's friends with Justin, another viewer I had, so shout out to them. Shout out to all the viewers that I've met in real person and online I've connected with. Again, any great entertainer, whether sports or music or actor, you still need an audience, and you still have to acknowledge your fans and your supporters. You're at the same level. No one's better than anyone. So thank you. So, I would just say my main statement in this video is just gratitude, number one. Number two is if you are a creator and you have been monetized, even if you don't make a lot of money, you're still probably less than 10% of the people who will ever create content. Because it takes a while to get monetized, and that's a blessing. And it can be taken away. You're not entitled to it. And like I remember when I was going after monetization, originally it was like you only needed 100 subs. Then they changed it. You needed 1,000 subs, and then you needed more watch hours. And so I want to make that mental note that you'll go after a goal, and sometimes the system will change and they'll like move the goalpost, so to speak. Don't let that discourage you. Even though I was discouraged, keep showing up, keep showing up, keep showing up. One of the key messages of my videos that will help you is show up. Help yourself. Show up, show up. But apply that to a main job, not just side job as YouTube. Okay? Don't quit your main job. That's my experience and my recommendation. Don't quit your day job, okay, or your night job, or have a night job and do this on the side. If you're not good with people, have a night job. Whatever, do something. Why? You can create better when all your pressure to create, you're not dependent on that to eat, right? So if you're, creativity is a very delicate thing where you have to be free to be able to create based on your own spirit, intuition, and science, because there's a science to creating, not just gut feeling. You balance all those things together and you create. But if it's just about money, then it's just a business. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, the episode of Seinfeld would be different if it was just about money. You have to enjoy it a little bit, right? Okay, so that's why we live below our means. That's why we keep a main job. So that you can keep that enjoyment, that passion, that money's a part of it, but it's not the only part. And actually, if you watched one of the interviews with Jerry Seinfeld, he had said at the end of the TV series, he stopped doing it because one is there is only so much you can do, and I debate that sometimes with my channel. There gets a season where there's only so much you can do, You've done everything. And the other thing is, if it's just for money, there's no enjoyment after you've obtained a certain amount of money, then that's, it's not fun to watch and it's not fun to do. Okay, so, you're always checking for that. But I will say this. I'm glad Nas still makes albums. I'm glad people that have a gift, whether it's a musical gift, whether it's an actor to entertain me, whether it's a motivational speaker, whether it's the ultimate warrior in his 50s making videos. I'm glad that people with a gift kept sharing it, because whether it's to make you laugh, whether it's to motivate you to do something in life, or whether it's to just connect in a deep way, it's a blessing. Don't stop making albums. Don't stop making videos. Take that with a grain of salt based on all the other things I said too. I think about that for myself. So 6 years on YouTube, I've met some great people. Certainly, trolling, and some part of that is just part of doing anything, right? It doesn't, you can never share your life publicly and just work a job. There's going to be a troll on one of your jobs. Don't focus on that solely. Do your job, okay? And eventually the troll will X themselves out. But it's not about being negative towards people, because everyone's, there are some exceptions, but for the most part, everyone's just doing what they do. Just focus on yourself. I don't want to focus on other people. I don't want to do that. I want to focus on myself. I want to just try to empathize with even people who are negative, but I want to focus on myself and stay positive. And, that's part of the journey too of YouTube, right? Now there's more tools, they don't have the thumbs down. You don't have to allow comments. You can have members only chats. When I started making them, a lot of it was the Wild West. It was like a lot of those tools weren't there. Now every tool has like equal and counter reaction. So the less interaction you have, the less people consume your content. But, you gotta be, you don't want to just have a Wild West. You want to have a level of structure, rules and regulations, right? Because without that, I always say I'm an HOA guy. Not because I yearn for rules and regulations, but one is I don't want to mow my own lawn. Two is I don't want to look next to my neighbor and he's got a political sign up and he doesn't mow his lawn. That's just me, though. I just want structure. But I understand the need for freedom too. There's a balance. And you don't want to be bothered with people you're willing to mow your own lawn. Everyone's different. Everyone's different. And there's no perfect answer. There's no perfect way to run a channel. You can have all comments, all public chats. You may get burnt out. Or you can block everything and you may not get burnt out, but you may not have good interaction. There's no perfect balance. There's always a recalculation, and everything has a different season. What are we talking about? 6 years on YouTube. And some of the different things that are coming through my experience that I want to share with you. I want to sincerely thank everyone who has ever supported my channel in any way, whether I've met in real life or whether just online, whether I've known from the past or just met online, whatever. Thank you. I remember watching any type of entertainer, right? Whether they accept an award, whether they're getting interviewed after a match. You always hear, especially I think about, when they accept an award, they thank the fans. And, you really don't understand that until you've done a level of entertainment, even me doing YouTube. When you step back, I thank, you got to thank the people that support you. Because without the fans, you're not there. But at the same time, you don't want to let the tail wag the dog, as far as you have to create from your own place of being. You're on the same level as your fans or your supporters or just your watchers. They may not even be family. So you don't want to speak down to people, but at the same time, you don't want to speak. You want to speak up to their potential. So there's always that balance, right? Like, I don't want to speak to people like they're dumb. And to get the best out of yourself and others, you got to push yourself a little bit. But that's a journey. But either way, I hope this video helps you in some way. I thank everyone again. Thank you. And see you next one.